Hi everybody, it's Martin from the Washboard Resonators, and this is the second instalment of Martin's Guitar Stories. Now, today's tale is, it's a bittersweet tale. This guitar here was the favourite guitar of a friend of mine, who I'm very, very sad to say passed away about 3 weeks ago as I filmed this in early September 2020. So let's find out what this guitar is and how it came to me. This is a 1934 National Style O guitar, and if you're into Resonators and Nationals, you'll know that the Style O is a very cool instrument with its palm trees, and for most people that are into these, the best spec, the best sounding ones are the late 33, early 34s. They have a 12 fret body, the smaller rounded F-holes. It's very light. You'll see it's immaculate. It's mint. I have the case for it as well. And it's a great instrument. Massive, humongous, I don't know if you can see, but it's a massive neck, real big neck on it. How did I come by this guitar, which was the favourite of a lovely man who was a professional musician for pretty much most of his life? Well, the man I'm talking about is a man called Chris Steinhauer, who lived in the east of England. And I met Chris around 2016, 2017, so about 3 or 4 years ago as I filmed this. This guitar came up for sale on the Michael Messer guitar forum. And this is a Kalamazoo, so it's a Gibson made, but Kalamazoo branded. And Robert Johnson played Kalamazoos, as a lot of blues guys did. And I wanted a Kalamazoo guitar, or something like that, that had the more kind of like cheaper, bluesy kind of sound. I also, as a separate note, still want, a Charlie Christian Gibson ES150 with the Charlie Christian pickup. So when this came up, I was like, oh, that kills two birds with one stone. I love these pickups and I love these kind of guitars. And it was up for, I think, maybe £900. And time went on, it came down a bit. So I got in touch, said, hello, I'd like to buy your guitar. And we spoke, and he said, yeah, great, well, I'll do it, I'll post it to you. So we came to the deal, and then, just before he posted it, he sent me an email to say, I've just seen, Martin, that the neck's a bit twisted on it, actually. So I'll knock you some money off. Very honest of him. And I got the guitar for £500, which is, you know, today maybe $700, something, $650, something like that. I was very happy with that. So I got the guitar and then got in touch to say, thank you very much, I love this guitar, it's amazing. And we got chatting, we got kind of chatting. I think we called on the phone. And he was like, you're really into this stuff, aren't you? I said, I love it. And he said, are you looking for anything else? Because I think he had about 20 guitars at the time. So I'm always looking for, I'd love a vintage National Resonator. At the time I didn't own a vintage National. So he kind of said, well, would you like to buy my 1931 Triolean? Here it is. And I was like, yeah, I really do. It's clean, pretty clean, it's a nice one. He said, I've got a 1920s drum kit, would you like that? I said, yeah, I'll take a 19, we came to a price, yeah, great. And then he said, tell you what then, I've got a Dobro. Now it's branded from a shop, but it's basically a Dobro without the name badge on. I'll do it quite cheaply, because you're buying the other two. I said, yeah, let's do that. Let's do it all in 3 things for a certain price. So I drove to the east of England in Norfolk into a pub that I found so we could do the deal in public and all that kind of stuff. And we ended up having dinner together. I bought dinner. I had curry and chips. It was very nice. And we looked at the guitars and all that. And because it was the first time we'd seen each other face to face and not on the phone or email, he was like, you're really into this stuff, aren't you? I was like, I love it. So he said, how would you like to have a mint 1934 Style O guitar? And I was like, that would be a dream. Now, This is when Chris, for about the third time, told me the same story about him being unwell. So Chris had had some massive heart attacks. So the first time I spoke to him, the second time, and then in the pub, he said, "Do you know what? I've died X number of times on the operating table. I'm not long for this world." He had a good sense of humour. He was kind of like, he could be funny about that. It was real, but it was also kind of funny. But like, I should be dead. I'm not long for this world. He said, you know, so that I want to know that my favourite guitar is going to go somewhere that it's going to be appreciated and kept hold of and not just dealt and sold. So he said, so we came to a price over dinner. And again, a fair price, not top dollar, not cheap, just a fair price. And he said, "Right, Martin," we shook hands as we left that day, and he said, "Right, Martin, I'm going to put your details, your name, your number, your details, the price we've come to in the case. When I die, my wife will call you, and the guitar's yours, because that's my favourite guitar." And Chris, there's not much of him about. I've actually got a pile of his records just near to me now. His widow has asked that we actually put his music out on other kind of places, so I'm going to help with that. There's a few videos on YouTube. There's one where he's playing this. He's a great player. He did a lot of good stuff actually, and but he was kind of busking, and he had his little camper van, and he just went around working, busking, selling CDs, playing pubs, made a living. It'd been his dream to play music from quite a young age, and he got there, and he spent a good 30 or so years, half his life, playing music for a living, and he managed to get hold of this and some other stuff. So anyway, basically, that was the deal we struck. And then time went on, and I'd get a phone call from him, or I'd call him, and, "Are you still alive?" "Yeah, I'm still alive." "Good, okay." And it was fun. Anyway, about 2 years ago, I got a call from him, and he was, "Martin, do you want that Stylo guitar?" And I was like, "Is this a ghost telling me this? You know, are you alive?" He's like, "Yes, I'm alive, but I want to... I thought maybe you would want that guitar." Now, he'd been losing his kind of dexterity in his hands because of the heart attacks. So he'd started buying lap steel instruments, and he found a square neck tricone National from 1927. He said, "I found this guitar, it's a square neck, I really want it so I can keep playing guitar because I can just use a bar and it's easier. So would you like to take the Stylo while I'm alive?" So I'd just bought a new car with money, just cash. I'd bought it, and I was like, oh, it's a bit of a struggle actually, but I think I can just about do it. And I'm on holiday in 2 weeks. I'm not working in about 2 weeks from now, so I can make it work, so I can come to your part of England and buy it. So we went down, we did the deal, and we sat with him and his wife, and had a lovely time. And I came away with this immaculate, amazing guitar. I'm sad to say that he passed away about 3 or 4 weeks ago as I filmed this. So this is, as I said, September 2020. He passed away about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I got a call from him on the Saturday, and I was out with family. We were distant. It's COVID now, but we were distant. But I was with family, within the within the guidelines, but distanced from people. But so I'll give you a call back. And I called him on Monday, and his phone was off. And then I think I got a call from his widow on Wednesday saying he passed away and he'd been in hospital. I didn't know. Very sad. Very, very sad. Because I used to speak to this man really, really regularly. Over the years, we'd speak very regularly. And he always had lots of things to tell me about stagecraft and how to make it in music and how to get an audience on your side. And he just had so much time. He was such a lovely man to talk to. And... that is how I came to own this wonderful man's favourite instrument, a professional musician, this 1934 Stylo, and I'm so honoured to have it. It's going to be with me now until it's my time to tell some guy that I meet on the internet that I should be dead, and somebody else can have it. Just an incredible guitar, and I'm so honoured to have it in honour of Chris Steinhauer. So He's a good man. So there we go. You might be interested to know a little bit more of the history of this guitar. He got the guitar from a guy in the Isle of Wight, which is a little island right to the south of England, where in 1970 there was a very famous festival that the Doors played at and the Who played at. This little weird little island that's kind of stuck off the coast there. And the guy he got it off had really thin electric guitar strings on it and was playing like Shadows songs on it, which is weird, the wrong instrument to be playing Shadows songs. You don't have access to the high notes or, you know, like a vibrato bar, tremolo bar. But he got it. In the case, I'm going to sound like such an idiot now, but in the case there is it called a yarmulke, like the little Jewish kind of skull cap thing? That's in there. So I can only assume that somewhere down the line, this very beautiful and very clean guitar might have been used maybe in some kind of Jewish religious services or something, I don't know. Fascinating kind of history. Yeah, I mean, there we go. I don't know what else to say. If you've made it this far, I bore myself sometimes. It's gone on 11 minutes 42, it's gone on a bit. Thank you very much, everybody. My name is Martin, and the band is the Washboard Resonators. Yeah, we're going to do some more of these guitar stories. I've got some other ones, a Peter Green guitar, one of the first 250 bass guitars ever made. So if you want to find out more, then just subscribe below. That really helps. Like, comment, it really helps. Find us on Facebook and Instagram and Spotify and all that. It really, really helps. So, yeah, thank you very much, everybody. Goodbye.